my Gucci gangers.
Alright, welcome class to today's topic of graphing linear equations. Okay, the equation you have to memorize is y equals mx plus b. Now, oddly enough, whoever made this up, I ain't sure who this was, but they said, we're going to say the slope, which starts with an s, we're going to classify that as m. Yeah, we don't know why. Slope's m. And, yeah, I'm going to boo that too. And the y-intercept is, crazy enough, is where b is. So slope is where m is, y-intercept is where b is. Who come with? I'm not sure. So anyway, way smarter than me. Alright. So when we have an equation, we're going to go with like this one right here. Y equals x minus 1. Okay, to graph this linear equation, first we need to know what the y-intercept is. The last, you see right here, the very last thing in the equation, if it's set up in slope form, which it is, we'll get to the not slope form later. But if it's set up in slope form, the last digit, that tells us where to start. The y-intercept is basically the starting point when we're graphing. All right, that's the starting point. Now, in this case, it's -1. That's crazy, Tom. No, sir. Y-intercept, it basically says where this crosses the y-axis. This is y, this is x. So y-intercept, it crosses at -1. So where's -1? Boom, right here. That's your starting point. That's the y-intercept. Now, the slope, it's going to be on a line. We're going to graph it up or down. Or sometimes it's straight horizontal or straight vertical. The coefficient in front of x, that's the slope. Now, we want this number to be a fraction actually, but right now, what number is in front of x if it's not actual number there? What number do you think is right here in front of x? 1. So basically, that's the slope, 1. Now, we want to put it as a fraction. We actually would like fractions when we're dealing with slope. So, what's the fraction of 1 over 1 is actually the fraction of 1, okay? So, from here, that's your starting point, y-intercept starting point, slope is 1. I would go, slope is rise over run. So basically we're going to go up and down first, left and right second. So from here, I'm going +1, and then to the north, and then +1 to the right. Because we're going, both are positive. Positive, positive. Keep doing that a couple of times. Up again, right again. Up 1, right 1. Up 1, right 1. Now, I also know if it's 1 over 1, if I had -1 divided by -1, is that actually going to be a positive?
Yes,
Yep, yep, because a negative divided by negative is positive. So I could start here and go down negative, left negative, and do the same thing. So if I wanted to graph this equation, or this linear equation right here, I want to graph it. And we know it's not, Coach got not perfectly straight, but it's close enough. Linear means straight, so that's a straight line. I have graphed this equation. Now, the slope is a +1. To check yourself, is that graph look like it's going up positive or like it's going down negative? It's going up positive. So sometimes when you get negative and positive, they mess people up. Just look at it and say, okay, that's going up. If I'm reading it left to right, that's going up, so it is positive. So y equals x minus 1. I have successfully graphed it right there.
Yeah, math.
All right. Cornell.
Where do mathematicians like to party?
I don't know.
Bar graphs.
Alright, yeah, number 2 example is y equals 2x plus 2. Alright, the slope is the number or the coefficient in front of x, and the y-intercept is the last thing, is a constant by itself. So, if I'm starting graphing this, my starting point is right here, positive 2. So that tells me where to start, positive 2. So I find the y-axis, and I find positive 2, and I put a point there. Now the slope is 2. How do I make 2 into a fraction?
2 over 2.
Not 2 over 2,
Up to 1.
2 over 1, right. So that's your slope, 2 over 1. So from my starting point, I would go, remember, it's rise over run. It's kind of backwards than what you're used to as far as graphing. We're going up and down first, then left and right second. So it's positive 2, 1, 2, and then over to the right 1. And if I want to do it again, 1, 2, 1. Sometimes you want to do like 2 or 3. Same thing as the last one.